In the honorable presence of respected Rajesh sir and all my dear brothers and sisters of grade 12 class, first of all, a great morning to all of you.
Great morning, Mandeep.
My name is Mandeep and today I am standing here in front of you to do mastering the concept, and today we are going to discuss about bureaucracy of India. As our topic is bureaucracy, at first we must know about that what is the meaning of bureaucracy. Its origin from a Latin word which is bureau, and the meaning of that word is desk. It means those officials who work on desk is known as bureaucracy, and its second name can be as civil services. And if we elaborate civil services, then there are basically three types of civil services in India. First will be AIS, PCS and CS. As we have discussed, there are three types of civil services. First one is AIS, PCS and CS. AIS stands for All India Services, PCS stands for Provisional Civil Services and CS stands for Central Level Services. And if we talk about AIS, then IAS, IPS and IFOS. These three services comes into AIS. And if we talk about PCS, then the designation at state level like SDM, DC are in the PCS. And if we talk about CS, means central services, then IFS, IRS and IRES. IFS stands for Indian Foreign Services, IRS stands for Indian Revenue Services and RES stands for Indian Railway Services. And now let's talk about some points about these services. As we have discussed, civil services are those services by which anyone can serve to his or her nation or civil society. Now we will talk about recruiter of civil services, which is UPSC. UPSC stands for Union Public Service Commission, and UPSC is a central level commission for the recruitment of bureaucracy of India, and according to 315 article of our constitution, there is a provision of central level commission for the recruitment, and which is UPSC. And next talk about history of this commission. Then Lord Cornwallis and Warren Hastings is known as father of UPSC, means civil services in India. And if we talk about after independence, then Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who was the first Home Minister of India, is known as the father of modern civil services. And then let's talk about some important point about UPSC. UPSC is responsible to conduct CSC, NDA and CAPF exams and so on. CSC stands for Civil Services Examination, NDA stands for National Defence Academy Examination and CAPF stands for Central Armed Police Force Examination. And if we talk about Director of UPSC, then Preeti Sadan. Preeti Sadan is the current director of UPSC, and she is the first woman who is serving as the director of this commission. And if we talk about Cabinet Secretary, Cabinet Secretary is the highest designation of India in bureaucracy. And if we talk about current Cabinet Secretary, then TVSN Prasadan. TVSN Prasad is the current Cabinet Secretary of India, and after President and Prime Minister of India, Cabinet Secretary is the most reputed designation. And if we talk about longest serving director and as well as longest serving Cabinet Secretary of India, the longest serving director will be Manoj Soni. And if we talk about longest serving cabinet secretary, then Rajiv Gabha will be the right answer. And now let's talk about CSC. As we have discussed, the full form of CSC is Civil Services Examination. UPSC is responsible to conduct CSC, but if we talk about the original recruiter, it means that in the term of ministry, then Ministry of Personnel. Ministry of Personnel is the real recruiter of civil services, and we can say bureaucrats. And if we talk about CSE, then there are basically 11 phases and stages in this exam. And if we elaborate this CSC in rounds, then basically 3 rounds will be there. Now let's talk about rounds. First round will be prelim stage, second round will be main stage, and last round will be interview for your self introspection. And if we talk about these rounds, then in pre-rounds, means in prelims, there will be 2 papers. First one will be GS and second one will be CSET. GS stands for General Studies and CSET stands for Civil Services Aptitude Test. And it is a fact about both tests that these both tests are just qualifying. It means that you have to score just 33% in both exams. And if we talk about second round, which is mains, then there are 9 papers. 9 papers. In mains there are 9 papers, and in last, interview. Five members of the board will take your interview, and in last, after prelims, mains and interview, whoever will be able to qualifying this all 3 stages, he or she will be elected as the new bureaucrat of India. And now let's talk about mains in very detail. As we have discussed, there are 9 papers in mains round. Mains. Now let's elaborate these 9 exams. First one will be essay writing. Second one will be GS paper first. Third one will be GS paper second. And fourth one GS paper third, and as well as GS paper fourth. And then 6th and 7th point will be optional. And similarly, we have to select a domain subject of optional among 20 subjects, and it will be of 500 marks in mains round. And in last, if we talk about last 2 exams, then it will be English compulsory and Hindi compulsory. Mains round is of totally 1750 marks. And now let's talk about the subjects of GS paper first, second, third and fourth. If we talk about the subjects of GS paper first, then history, Indian society will be the subjects of GS paper first. And if we talk about subjects of GS paper second, then polity, social justice and Indian constitutions will be the subjects. And if we talk about GS paper thirds, then environment and tech will be the subjects. If we talk about GS paper fourth, then ethics will be the subjects of GS paper fourth. And in last round, means in interview round, a candidate will get marks out of 275. It means that CSC exam, which is Civil Services Examination, will be of 2025 marks. This is all from my side. Thank you. Have a nice day.